Now in 2K22, of course, we always have 5 positions that we get to pick from. And this little mini series I'm about to start is about ranking those 5 positions from worst to best. I may ruffle some feathers during this series, but who cares, man? We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to rank positions from worst to best in NBA 2K22. And we're going to start with the power forward position. Now, the power forward position, man. When you think of the power forwards that ever graced the NBA, graced your TV screen, you think of players like Tim Duncan, players like KG, players like Dirk, Charles Barkley, Pau Gasol, even for some. And you have more of your modern power forwards now, like Giannis, maybe Blake Griffin, prime Blake Griffin. You know, players of that caliber, that nature. Back there was an era where power forwards used to run the game. Chris Webber, power forwards used to run the game. You used to be able to make a power forward and dominate. You've never been able to do that in 2K though, and that's why coming in at number 5 on the ranking list, we're gonna say power forwards. Because power forwards in 2K22 are completely irrelevant. They're irrelevant. They're irrelevant as far as position and as far as being used. You know what I'm saying? As far as position, like very rarely do you actually run into a build that is actually a PF. 8 out of 10 times that build is or 80% of the time, that build is going to be a small forward. It's going to be a hybrid small forward. Somebody 6'10", 6'9", small forward that can play the 4. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be so it's not a power forward. It's a small forward that plays the 4. Or you get the other 18%, right? You get the 18% that double up on centers. Now you're just a smaller or bigger center. You know, some people out there rock 2-7-3s, you know, 2 centers. And then you got the last 2% of people that actually make power forward. Now, granted, this is coming off the year, unlike last year, where power forwards reigned supreme. Power forwards reigned supreme in 2K21 Next Gen because, well, you didn't even need a point guard in them days. You know, in 2K21 Next Gen, you didn't need a point guard. You can have a 6'9", 6'8" power forward, 6'7", and dribble God, shoot, dunk, everything with that build. But now we're in 2K22. The position has become irrelevant. You cannot make a power forward now and be like, I want to make a Tim Duncan. Yes, you can be Tim Duncan in career. Don't get me wrong. You can be Tim Duncan in career. But when you get out into this rec center, I'm telling you, you're going to be a space filler. You're going to be a space filler. Now, of course, if you're playing on my team, you won't be a space filler as much because the ball moves when I run the show. The ball moves. Now, the game that you're seeing in the background is, of course, the typical day in the rec center. You go in there with one teammate, they give you one other teammate, and they give you 2 AIs. And then guess what you play? A full team of 5. But yes, the power forward position, it's obsolete. You know, it does not exist in 2K. Actually, that's why I got it on number 5 on the list, because it is by far the most useless and worst position to make in this game. It's the worst position to make in this game. Because 9 times out of 10, if you make a power forward, right, you're liable, especially in like rec settings or 5v5 settings or even park settings, you're liable to be guarded by or guarding a 6'7", 6'8" small forward who can, you know, nowadays people just walk around with glitch builds like nothing and don't get banned or anything. They just walk around with glitch builds, but they are able to make these 6'7", 6'8" players and unlock all the good dribble moves for the game. In the game, they can be able to just be able to move like a guard and be a power forward or a small forward. So that's what makes the power forward position useless, because half the time you're going to end up be playing small forwards, you know, and they're going to be cooking you. And then, of course, you're going to do your patent it. I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to try to drop step, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, all right. Well, you can try to do all that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, though, they probably going to have one ball stripper. You know, they probably going to have some interior defense. They're going to have enough defense, and they're going to have a team that's going to come down there and reach on you a little bit. And it ain't going to be what you think it's going to be. So that's why the power forward position is by far the worst position to have in 2K. Because not only are you going to be oversized and outmatched on the upper scale as far as guarding positions above you, but then you're going to be undersized guarding the position below you. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know I'm going to talk from my personal experience, okay? Whenever I make a player, a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, whatever, power forward, center, they always tend to match me up with players that can give my player issues. What do you mean by that? Now, if I made like a 6, say for instance, I want to be a power forward and I made him 6'9", right? That seems like a good power forward height, 6'9", right? 6'9" seems like a great power forward height. But then it's like you have a small forward who can be 6'9" as well. Small forwards who are 6'7", quicker, more agile than you know, and then you be 6'9", so you want the jump shots, and then you go out there and you're going to play a 7'1" center at the 4. Now you can't do nothing. Because you're in that range where mouse in the house is going to work. In that range where they can just make layups over you because they're bigger than you. You can't make a Draymond Green in this year's 2K and be effective. Just can't. Just 9 times out of 10, you're going to be playing somebody bigger than you. And he can just literally abuse you to death. That fake stuff that be happening when Draymond be guarding Shaq and in 2K and be clamping him. That ain't happening in career. That don't happen in career. You undersized in career, you're finished. So the power forward is by far the worst position because you're undersized against big men, you're oversized against little guys, and then you're at a position where nobody hits that button. You know, none of these point guards out here nowadays hit R1 in triangle or RB and Y. They don't hit that. Your icon not getting hit. Half the time, your points is about to come from the center that gets the offensive rebound while you are standing in your corner. That's where most of your points is coming from. You might get an occasional cut, you know, but 9 times out of 10, the power forward position in today's game with these players, you are definitely a space filler. No way around it. You are literally on the team just to be on the team. You think you about to come out here and lead the team in scoring as a power forward in this game? Good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that one, bro. It ain't happening. If you ever think about making a position or you're thinking about recreating a position, or we're at the time now where you start to dance around with builds and you start to see what's relevant and what you can make and whatever, just to make it to the end of the season, the end of the 2K year. Whatever you do, don't make a power forward. Don't make a power forward because it's just going to be a waste of money and a waste of time. It's going to be a waste of money, waste of time. Now, I'm sure any of you 2K players are any remotely close to me. You have wasted a lot of money and a lot of time on a lot of builds that are useless. But hey, it happens. That's what happens in the game. That's how the game kind of goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, as they would say. But there's no issue with that. Just don't make a power forward. Don't make a power forward. The only time you need to make a power forward is literally when you have a set team of 5. If you're not playing with a set team of 5 or a set squad, a power forward becomes obsolete. Now, I will say, though, even though they are probably the worst position to make in 2K, no doubt, they are very effective in the park 3v3 setting because of what the disadvantage is when you use them in the games of 5. It's an advantage in the 3v3 setting. Because if you make like a 6'9" power forward and you play 3v3, you can actually be able to switch on everything, be big enough to guard in the paint, while also being fast enough and quick enough to guard some of the guards. But we're in 3v3, so you know in 3v3 half the time you're going to be playing what? Exactly, big small forwards. So it's just like y'all kind of like the same thing, but one of y'all get more of an, I guess, 1'6'9" small forward probably gets a speed advantage over a 6'9" power forward. But then again, I don't know because the build system in this game is just different. So you know the 6'9" small forward may be slower than the 6'9" power forward because the small forward is like the biggest of one of the biggest sizes of his position. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The power forward position can actually be very useful in a park setting or a 3v3 setting. But as far as like you think you about to recreate a Charles Barkley and come out here and average 23 and 13 or 29 and 13 with your power forward in a rec setting, it ain't happening, bro. A point guard's not gonna pass you the ball. You probably you're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be a space filler. There's a whole bunch of space fillers. I mean, that's what the 2K community is made up of. You got the ball handlers and you got the space fillers. They don't treat y'all as teammates. Y'all space fillers. And you making a power forward is literally you conceding that I'm going into this year being a space filler. Now, the good thing about the power forward position is because that you are a power forward, you don't have to worry about really impacting the game at all. You're literally an AI that's a user. Now, of course, depending on who you play with, like I said, if you play with me, you can bring whatever you want. You're going to touch the ball, bro. My offense is motion oriented. We build up that kinetic energy so when that ball hits the right pocket, it's nothing but greens. But we play 2K. At the end of the day, don't make a power forward, especially if you don't have a team. If you got a team, then make a power forward. If you got a squad that you run with consistently, then you can make a power forward. If you don't have that and it's just you and like one other dude, don't make a power forward, bro, because I'm telling you right now, you're going to spend a lot of your games just running, because we know how 2K get down. It's a 2v2 game when you get into high competition, just 2v2. The point guard and their center, while it's your point guard and your center. Everybody else just stands there. The power forward position is literally just, you're meant to stay in a corner. That's just it. Because you are a space filler, like that position is literally made in this game this year to be a space filler. That makes you the worst position to have in this game. So sorry, power forwards out there who think that you can dominate a game with that position. As long as we are in this community and in this game, you won't be able to do any of that. But hey, episode 2 of the series is coming out soon. What will be ranked number 4? Second worst.